This video is about the concept of markup, because if you're selling stuff, you need to make a profit. So what is markup? Markup is the difference between the buying price, or the cost to the seller, and the selling price, the cost to the customer. Markup is how a company or an individual makes a profit when selling goods. Here's an example. A used car dealership buys a 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo for $90,000. They want to make money on the car that they bought, so in order to make a profit, they sell it for $117,000. The difference between what they sold it for and what they bought it for, $27,000, is called the markup. So how do we calculate what markup should be added in order to make a certain amount of profit? Here's an example. A car lot buys a new truck from the manufacturer for $17,500. The standard markup at the dealership is 25%. So what is the selling price for this truck? First, we need to know what is 25% of $17,500. The dealership buys the car for $17,500, and they want to add 25% of that onto that amount to make a profit. So to find 25% of $17,500, you use the decimal 0.25 times $17,500. And that gives you $4,375. So the markup on this truck is $4,375. In order to figure out the selling price, you need to add what they bought the truck for, $17,500, plus what they're adding on to make money, $4,375, and you come up with $21,875. At this point, you might want to pause the video and make sure that you've got all of this written down. You should be writing down every example. Here's another example. An antique shop buys an old clock for $22. They plan to mark it up 95%. How much will they sell the clock for? So again, they bought the clock for $22, but they want to make some money on it. They want to make 95% profit, which is a pretty big profit. First, we need to know what is 95% of 22. Finding percent of a number is always a multiplication problem. So we're going to take 95% as a decimal, 0.95, times 22, and the answer to that is 20.9. So to figure out what they're going to sell the clock for, you're going to take the $22 that they bought it for and add the markup of 20.9, which is $20.90, and you end up with a selling price of $42.90. Now you're going to try. This problem says a ticket broker buys Blackhawks tickets for $110 each. He adds a 65% markup to the tickets when he resells them. How much does he sell each ticket for? Right now, pause the video, write down the numbers, show your calculations, and get an answer. Pause. Okay, hopefully you paused and you got an answer. You should have $181.50 for each ticket. If you got something else, you need to go back and check your notes, check your work, ask your neighbor, or ask me. Once this video is completed, your next step is to do the example problems that are the next step in BlendSpace. Do these in your notebook. Check your answers with me before you move on to the next step.